Hello, this is Todd Baginski. I'm a Microsoft MVP and a partner and CTO at Canvas Consulting. In this video, I'm going to show you how to install and set up the Company Pulse PowerApps Sample. To install the Power App, first go to web.powerapps.com and pick the environment where you would like to install the Power App. You can see the environment in the drop-down in the top right portion of the page. Then scroll down and keep clicking the See More button until you find the Company Pulse app. Here it is at the bottom of the list. Then select which form factor you would like to install. You can pick either the mobile or the tablet form factor. In this example, I'm going to install the tablet form factor. Once you've selected which version you'd like, click Make This App. After you click Make This App, the Power App is downloaded to your environment and installed. It is then opened inside the Power Apps editor where you can configure it. The first thing you'll see is this prompt here. This shows you all the different connections that Company Pulse needs to interact with different data sources. We can see MSN Weather, Yammer, Twitter, Office 365 Outlook, and Office 365 users. Click the Sign In button on each one, and then sign in with your credentials if prompted to enable that connector. Once you've done that and there's no more sign-in buttons, click the Allow button. You'll notice the pop-up at the bottom of the screen says that this particular Power App wants to track my location. The reason that pops up is because this Power App is actually going to use your location to display the current weather information for where you're at. Next, scroll down to the Settings screen and select it. You can see it toward the bottom of the screens list right here. After you've selected it, the first thing you're going to want to do is change the Twitter account to your company's Twitter account right here. So I'll change it to Canvas for mine. Then what you're going to do is put in the distribution list that you're going to connect the app to. In my case, this is my distribution list. Now that I've got that done, I need to set up the SharePoint list where I'm going to pull information from the wiki pages that are displayed in the Company Pulse app. To do this, you're going to open a web browser and follow the instructions you see here to create a SharePoint list. To save time, I've already created that wiki page library, and here you can see what it looks like in my tenant. After you've created the SharePoint list, return to the Power App and scroll down a bit. Here you will see the instructions that describe how to configure the Power App to use the SharePoint list you just created. I'm going to walk you through those instructions now. First, go to the main menu at the top and select View. Then click the Data Sources button. Next, in the data pane, click Add Data Source. Find the SharePoint data source if it is already not in your list. You can see here it is not. It may already be in your list if you've added it as a connection for a different Power App. But if it's not there, click New Connection. Then find SharePoint and select it. Here you'll choose how to connect to the data. If you're connecting to data in an Office 365 SharePoint tenant, you'll use the Collect Directly Cloud Services option that's selected by default. If you're collecting to on-premises data, you'll need to configure a gateway and select the second option. Once you've done that, click the Create button. When the data pane populates with the list of recent SharePoint sites you've worked with, look for the SharePoint site collection where you created the shared news list. If it's not there, you can enter it in the URL at the top and click Go. In my case, it's in this site right here, so I will select it. And after I select it, I'll scroll down to the bottom. I'll click Enter Custom List Name and enter the name of the shared news list. Right like that. Now that I've got that done, then I'll click the Connect button. At this point, I've established my connection to the SharePoint list. Now I can close the data pane. there's one final bit of configuration that I need to perform in this Power App. That happens back in the loading screen. In the loading screen, first select the loading timer control. Then select the onTimerEnd function. Then expand the function editor pane. Here, what you first want to do is uncomment the code that actually goes and gets the SharePoint list items from the SharePoint connection you created. To do that, I will remove this double quote, the semicolon and double quote here, as well as the double quotes in these two sections. Now that code is uncommented. One last thing to do, now I will remove the code here that put in the sample SharePoint items that were essentially hard-coded into the application so you could see them without having a connection. So I select all of those, delete those lines of code. Once I've done that, I'll go up to the File menu and I will save my app. After my app is saved, I have the option to publish it. I'll click Publish to make it available outside of the editor. Now that I've published the app and it's available outside of the editor, I'll return to web.powerapps.com and click the Apps tab. Now I can select the Company Pulse app and play it. This is the perfect test to make sure you configured everything correctly. Notice again, I'm asked for notification that says, do I want to share my location, so we can show the weather for my current location. I'll click Allow for that. Here you can see that I'm actually now getting the items that came from my shared news library, as well as my Yammer group, the distribution list I configured, and if I scroll down even further, the tweets that I configured as well. So that's a quick summary and a installation walkthrough for you on the Company Pulse app. We had a good time developing it. I hope it comes in handy for you. Thanks for watching.